With the recent release of Fantastic Four First Steps, we got our first look at the MCU's Fantastic Four, and I guess the Fantastic Five with the robot Herbie, but actually the Fantastic Six with the birth of Franklin Richards, holder of the power cosmic and the strongest member of the Fantastic family. But with the post-credit scene, we see a 4-year time jump and a 4-year-old Franklin Richards, who meets none other than a hooded figure holding a mask in his hand, Dr. Doom. Us meeting Doom sets up Avengers Doomsday, set to release next year in December. And Dr. Doom being in the credits of First Steps lets us know one thing, that he's from Earth 828, the main world from the First Steps movie. Or is he? I instead believe he's from another universe we've seen already. Earth 838 from Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And here's why. Welcome to Big Flick Energy, and let's get right into it. Now, Fantastic Four First Steps made it a point to show the UN Assembly Vanessa Kirby's Invisible Woman was giving a talk to partially show that one country did not have a representative at the assembly, Latveria, the home country of Dr. Doom. And I'll be honest, throughout the movie, I genuinely thought he would have a role after they showed the country, since Latveria is a part of Earth, and Galactus was pretty much minutes away from destroying it as a whole. I think that's enough to warrant Dr. Doom to help in this battle, especially considering we got a very similar movie in 2005 where the same thing happened. First Steps felt, in a lot of ways, like a copy of Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer. Mind you, a better version of that movie, but it still felt like a copy in a lot of ways. The famous Fantastic Four, that are the only heroes of the world, meet the Silver Surfer, who warns of the coming of Galactus, who is going to consume their world. After prepping for most of Act 2 to stop the threat, Silver Surfer returns and realizes his or her faults, ultimately being the one to stop Galactus and becoming the ultimate hero with the ultimate sacrifice. The main difference is Dr. Doom was called in to help the team in finding a solution Rise of the Silver Surfer despite his past crimes, while there was no sign of Dr. Doom anywhere in First Steps apart from the Latveria flag and the post-credit scene. Well, because of that and something Robert Downey Jr. said, I don't think his Dr. Doom, meaning the one at the end of First Steps, is from that universe. Instead, I believe he's from Earth 838 because of the first thing he said when he got the role of Dr. Doom at Comic-Con.
New mask. Same task. What can I tell you? I like playing complicated characters.
New mask, same task. Well, that evidently means the new mask is Doom's instead of Iron Man's. But same task is what really interests me, because what was the MCU Iron Man's main task? Especially in phases 2 and 3, putting a suit of armor around the world. It's why he created the Ultron program, it's why he gave Peter the Iron Spider suit, it's why he sacrificed himself for Earth at the end of Avengers Endgame. He wanted nothing more than to protect the Earth. And the biggest one for this argument is creating the Ultron program. Why? Well, while it didn't succeed on Earth 616 creating that program, and obviously resulted in Avengers Age of Ultron, it did on none other than Earth 838. You see, when Doctor Strange was being taken prisoner in Multiverse of Madness, the guards taking him in were Ultron bots. And who built these Ultron bots? Well, we saw the members of the Illuminati, which were Professor X, Captain Marvel, Black Bolt, Mordo, and Reed Richards, who is the most likely character that we saw to have built the Ultron bots. But given, at least to my knowledge, there's no comic iteration where Reed has created Ultron, with the only characters in the comics having been Tony Stark or Hank Pym. I'm thinking some multiversal version of one of these two characters created this world's Ultron instead. And for a long time I was thinking they would never explore this because, first, Ant-Man isn't the most popular character in live action, and not everybody would understand him being the one to make the bots from the comics, and a multiversal Tony Stark would take away from his sacrifice in Endgame. So, I really don't think either character was the perfect choice, especially after the announcement of retirement of Michael Douglas from acting altogether. And then we also have the actress for Wasp, Evangeline Lilly, who's retired from acting, or stopping with the MCU. And then Paul Rudd, he's still in it, so maybe he was the one that did it, but if it's going to be any Ant-Man that built that suit, it's going to be Hank Pym, not Paul Rudd's Scott Lang. So most likely, Tony Stark, a variant of him, would have had to have done it, but I didn't think we were ever going to see it. But once they announced Robert Downey Jr. coming back to the MCU, but as Doctor Doom, everything started to make sense for me. I've actually been wanting to make this video since the Doctor Doom announcement, and here we finally are. It answers so many questions if he's from Earth 838. Who created the Ultron bots? RDJ Doctor Doom. Why did he say new mass same tasks? Because Doom still wants to protect the world, but by ruling over it, which he does by putting a suit of armor around the world. The Ultron program. And maybe those bots will eventually become Doom bots, which are very comic in the comics, instead of Ultron bots, because it was this world's Doctor Doom that built them. Why didn't Doom show up in first steps to help if the Earth was on the verge of destruction? Because that version of Doom wasn't on Earth 828, but from Earth 838. There is a version of Doctor Doom or Victor Von Doom from Latveria in this world, evidently by them not being at any of the UN summits, but I think that's a version of the character we'll eventually see after Secret Wars instead. What connection does Doctor Doom have to Earth 838? With Mr. Fantastic leading the Illuminati on that Earth, he needs his rival, and the power vacuum left with the death of the Illuminati allows for Doom to take over and freely explore the multiverse. It would also explain what I believe is the plot of Avengers Doomsday, which is to result in Battleworld and Secret Wars. Doctor Doom needs to find a way to take control of the multiverse and create Battleworld, one universe he rules over. The only being we know with similar power over the multiverse is Loki, the god of stories from the Loki series. And Tom Hiddleston as Loki is going to return in Avengers Doomsday. So my theory is Doom is from Earth 838, a world with Avengers, Fantastic Four, and X-Men. After Multiverse of Madness, the Illuminati are dead and there's a power vacuum, so Mr. Fantastic's ex-nemesis, Doctor Doom, returns, leading this world with expertise on the multiverse. However, one of the members of the Illuminati did not die. Captain Marvel survived, which makes sense since a wall just fell on her and another version of this character literally took a direct punch from Thanos with the Power Stone. So I doubt that killed her. Instead, after this event and the rest of her team being killed, she had a costume switch up, which we've seen main MCU Captain Marvel do a lot, and switched to her binary costume, working with X-Men like Beast after the death of Professor X to figure out what's happening in the multiverse that brought Monica Rambeau to their Earth. And we already know the X-Men are returning for this movie with the same cast as the original films, so this version we will see that we've already seen two characters from in Professor X and Beast that were the same members from that original Fantastic Four franchise will have the same cast as well. And where is Doom? Well, he eventually wants more than just his own Earth after realizing the extensive power the multiverse holds. And how to find that power? He discovers there are some individuals in the multiverse with no variants, and the two universes they reside in, Earth 616 with America Chavez and Earth 828 with Galactus, and maybe also Franklin Richards. He wants this power to find the center of the multiverse so he can take the power he truly wants, Loki's. Once he can actually discover the multiverse and he finds Loki, he can really be the one to create Battleworld and the events of Secret Wars. This is the way Earth 616, Earth 828, and Earth 838 can all come together and help explain everything that's going on and somehow make Avengers Doomsday not feel like a last-minute decision that Kevin Feige wanted to do. It's the perfect way to bring the X-Men, Fantastic Four, Avengers, and Doctor Doom into one movie. It's even a perfect way to bring Wanda back into the fold of the MCU if they want to, through her Earth 838 counterpart. And it's the perfect way for the MCU to have a proper Doctor Doom instead of a multiversal one after Secret Wars that can be a lingering threat for the Fantastic Four and the rest of the MCU, because we know Robert Downey Jr. is way too expensive to stay in the MCU after Doomsday and Secret Wars.
P.S. Do you know what he was doing to the budget?
And Doom is not a one-off villain. They should definitely bring him back. And all of this can be provided by simply doing what I think they set up with that new mass same task line, Doctor Doom being from Earth 838, not Earth 828. So with that, thank you for watching this video. Please comment down below your thoughts. If you enjoyed Fantastic Four First Steps, if you think Robert Downey Jr. Doctor Doom is from Earth 828 or Earth 838, your thoughts on my theory for what the plot of Avengers Doomsday will be, and your excitement level moving forward for Avengers Doomsday and Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom. Thanks again, and see you all next time on Big Flick Energy.